Since the dawn of time, humans have tried to record their history, their knowledge, and their mysteries. But scattered across the world are discoveries that don't just explain the past. They challenge everything we think we know about it. Strange books written in unknown languages, machines far too advanced for their time, massive stone walls carved with impossible precision, and even mysterious objects buried deep beneath the earth and sea. Each one whispers the same question: how much of our past has been lost, and how much has been hidden? Tonight, we'll journey through some of the world's most baffling discoveries, where history blurs into mystery and answers are nowhere to be found. The Voynich Manuscript. The Voynich Manuscript is often called the most mysterious book in the world, and with good reason. Imagine holding a book that nobody can read, a book filled with pages of strange, looping symbols that don't match any known language. The manuscript is over 600 years old, but to this day, not a single person has been able to fully decode it. Its pages are made of fine vellum, and on them are hundreds of bizarre illustrations, plants that don't exist anywhere in nature, star charts that don't line up with the skies we know, and scenes of people bathing in strange pools connected by twisting tubes. The manuscript was discovered in the early 20th century, purchased by a Polish book dealer named Wilfred Voynich, and ever since then, it has been the center of debate, speculation, and obsession. Some of the greatest minds of history have tried to unlock its secrets. During World War II, expert codebreakers who cracked enemy ciphers were given the manuscript, and even they failed to understand it. Computer algorithms, linguistic experts, even artificial intelligence in recent years have tried their hand, but the text remains stubbornly silent. Theories about its origin are endless. Some say it's simply an elaborate hoax, created to trick wealthy collectors centuries ago. Others suggest it's written in a lost language, one that died before the modern world had a chance to record it. There are even whispers that it could be knowledge from another world, or evidence of a civilization far older than we realize. One of the strangest things about the Voynich Manuscript is that the text has a rhythm, a structure, as if it really is a functioning language. It doesn't appear random at all. But if it is a real language, then who spoke it? And why has no trace of it survived anywhere else? The book almost feels alive, like it's taunting us, daring humanity to unlock a knowledge we're simply not ready for. Every few years, new claims appear. Someone will say they've finally cracked the code, that they've figured out the meaning, but those claims always fall apart under closer examination. And so the manuscript remains, locked in its own timeless silence, mocking us with the possibility that it knows something we don't. And maybe that's exactly the point. Some mysteries are not meant to be solved. They're meant to remind us how little we actually know. But while the Voynich Manuscript is a mystery written in ink and parchment, the next discovery is made of gears and bronze, a device so advanced it has been called the world's very first computer, the Antikythera Mechanism. In the year 1901, a group of sponge divers off the coast of the Greek island, Antikythera, made a discovery that would change history. From the depths of the sea, they pulled up what looked like little more than a corroded lump of bronze and wood. At first, nobody thought much of it until scientists began to clean it. What they uncovered was unlike anything the ancient world was ever supposed to have. A machine of breathtaking complexity, a device so advanced that it should not have existed for another 1,000 years. Today, we call it the Antikythera Mechanism. At its core, it is a system of more than 30 interlocking bronze gears, built with precision that rivals a modern clock. When reconstructed, the device reveals its true purpose: to track the movement of the sun, the moon, and even the planets. It could predict solar eclipses, chart lunar phases, and mark the cycles of the ancient Olympic Games. In short, it was nothing less than an ancient computer, designed over 2,000 years ago. But here's the question: how did the ancient Greeks build such a machine? We know that great thinkers like Archimedes and Hipparchus made remarkable advances in astronomy and engineering. But to craft something so detailed and so accurate required not only genius, but technology we thought the ancient world did not have. The teeth of the gears are cut with such perfection that they resemble machines from the 18th century, not from 100 BC. Some historians believe it was created in the workshops of Rhodes, a hub of learning and craftsmanship at the time. Others argue it must have been influenced by knowledge passed down from civilizations even older, civilizations we have forgotten. And then there are those who go further, suggesting it may have been evidence of advanced knowledge far beyond anything we can explain, knowledge that somehow vanished from history only to reappear centuries later. The mystery deepens because no other device like it has ever been found. Was the Antikythera Mechanism one of many, or was it a lone creation, a glimpse into a lost science that disappeared when the Roman Empire rose and the Greek world faded? If others existed, where are they now? Buried under the sea, hidden in forgotten ruins, or perhaps destroyed because the knowledge they held was too dangerous? What we do know is this: the Antikythera Mechanism should not exist. And yet, it does. It is a reminder that human history is full of gaps that devices like this fill with awe and unsettling questions. But while the Antikythera Mechanism was found beneath the waters of the Mediterranean, our next mystery also lies beneath the sea, this time in the icy depths of the Baltic, where sonar scans revealed something that looks less like a natural formation and more like a crashed spaceship. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. In June of 2011, a team of Swedish treasure hunters known as Ocean X was scanning the floor of the northern Baltic Sea when their sonar screens lit up with something extraordinary. At a depth of nearly 300 feet, they detected what appeared to be a massive, disc-shaped object, 70 meters wide, with strange features that looked anything but natural. When the news broke, the world was stunned. Some compared it to the fabled Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. Others whispered about the possibility of a crashed UFO lying silently beneath the icy waters. The object quickly became known as the Baltic Sea Anomaly. At first glance, sonar images revealed what seemed to be a perfectly round structure, with sharp edges and geometric lines rarely seen in natural formations. Adding to the mystery, a long track stretched out behind it on the seafloor as if the object had skidded to its final resting place. Scientists, journalists, and enthusiasts around the globe began to ask the same question: what exactly is down there? Divers from Ocean X, who attempted to investigate firsthand, reported unusual findings. They described strange stone formations that looked almost like staircases or passageways, as if crafted by intelligent hands. Even more unsettling, their electrical equipment began to malfunction whenever they approached the object. Cameras cut out, satellite phones lost signal, and some divers claimed their compasses spun wildly out of control. Was it interference from natural magnetic activity, or was the object itself emitting something beyond our understanding? Theories about the anomaly are as varied as they are wild. Some geologists argue that it could simply be a glacial deposit left behind from the Ice Age, a trick of sonar and imagination. Others believe it could be the remains of an ancient civilization, perhaps a stone structure that has long since been swallowed by the sea. And of course, there are those who insist that this is no natural formation at all, but rather the wreckage of an extraterrestrial craft that crashed into Earth thousands of years ago. The truth, however, remains locked beneath the waves. The Baltic Sea is notoriously dark and murky, making direct study difficult. Expeditions are costly, and many scientists dismiss the anomaly as nothing more than a curiosity, unworthy of serious investigation. Yet the mystery endures, and every grainy sonar image fuels speculation that we are ignoring something far greater than we realize. What lies hidden beneath those waters? A quirk of geology, or proof that Earth's history is more mysterious than we dare to admit? Until someone brings back undeniable evidence, the Baltic Sea Anomaly will remain one of the ocean's greatest secrets. But not all mysteries are buried under the sea. Some stand proudly on land, carved in stone with impossible precision. High in the Peruvian Andes lies a fortress so massive, so flawlessly built, that modern engineers still struggle to explain it. This is the enigma of Sacsayhuaman. Sacsayhuaman, high in the Peruvian Andes, just above the ancient city of Cusco, stands one of the most puzzling structures of the ancient world, Sacsayhuaman. At first glance, it looks like a fortress, with massive stone walls arranged in zigzag patterns across the hillside. But look closer, and you'll see why this place has baffled scientists, engineers, and historians for centuries. The stones that make up Sacsayhuaman are not just big, they are enormous. Some weigh over 100 tons, taller than a man and wider than a car. Yet somehow, these stones were quarried, transported, and fitted together with a precision so perfect that even today, you can't slip a single sheet of paper between them. No mortar, no cement, just flawless engineering that has stood for over 500 years, surviving earthquakes that have leveled modern buildings. What makes Sacsayhuaman even stranger is the way the stones are cut. Each block has multiple sides, almost like a 3D puzzle piece, yet they all lock together seamlessly. Some surfaces are curved, some have strange indentations, and yet every single stone fits into place as if shaped by machine tools. But here's the problem. According to mainstream history, the Inca Empire had no advanced technology, no wheels for heavy transport, no iron tools, not even a written language. So how could they possibly carve, move, and position stones of such colossal size and complexity? Some archaeologists suggest the Inca used simple methods, ropes, ramps, and manpower. But skeptics argue that explanation doesn't add up. Moving a single 100-ton block with primitive tools would be nearly impossible, let alone fitting dozens together with such microscopic precision. Others believe that Sacsayhuaman predates the Inca entirely, built by an unknown civilization far older than recorded history, and only later claimed by the Inca. And then there are the more radical theories. Could this have been the work of a lost, advanced civilization whose technology has been forgotten? Some even speculate extraterrestrial influence, pointing to the strange patterns and energy some visitors claim to feel among the walls. Beyond its construction, the purpose of Sacsayhuaman is equally mysterious. Was it truly a fortress, as Spanish conquistadors once believed? Or was it a ceremonial center, a place where the Inca connected with the gods? The zigzag walls are said to represent the teeth of a great puma, an animal sacred in Incan mythology. From above, the entire site seems to form the shape of a giant head, suggesting it may have been designed with symbolic meaning far deeper than we realize. Whatever its origin, Sacsayhuaman remains one of the world's greatest architectural mysteries, a reminder that human history may hold secrets that textbooks have yet to uncover. But while Sacsayhuaman raises questions carved in stone, our next mystery is not man-made, or is it? Deep in the Siberian wilderness lies a strange, crater-like formation that has defied explanation for decades, the Potomsky Crater in the remote forests of Siberia. Far from cities, roads, and human habitation, there lies a strange geological feature that has puzzled scientists for more than 70 years. It is called the Potomsky Crater, a massive mound rising out of the wilderness like something from another world. Discovered in 1949 by a Russian geologist named Vadim Kolpakov, the crater is unlike anything else on Earth. Standing nearly 150 meters across and 40 meters high, it looks like a gigantic cone of rock and rubble, with a strange, ring-shaped crown encircling its peak. From the air, it resembles a giant volcano. But here's the catch: it's not volcanic. There are no traces of lava, no signs of heat, and no history of eruptions in the area. So what could have created it? That question has sparked endless debate. Some geologists suggest that the crater may have formed when underground gases forced their way to the surface, blasting apart the earth and piling debris in a cone-like shape. Others propose that it might be the scar left by a massive meteorite impact, yet when scientists searched, they found no meteorite fragments, no metal, no evidence of a crash. The mystery deepens when you consider its location. The Potomsky Crater sits not too far from where the infamous Tunguska event took place in 1908, the largest non-nuclear explosion in human history, caused by what many believe was a meteor or comet. Some have suggested the two could be linked, part of a larger chain of cosmic events that struck Siberia in the last century. And then, of course, there are the stranger theories. Local legends among the indigenous Evenki people speak of the crater as a place cursed by the gods, a site where animals fear to tread. Some whisper that it may be the remains of an alien spacecraft that crashed and buried itself deep beneath the soil, leaving only the strange cone behind. Others think it could even be a natural reactor, evidence of nuclear processes within the Earth that we barely understand. Adding to the mystery, trees around the crater show unusual growth patterns, as if affected by radiation or magnetic forces. Scientists who have visited the site reported strange feelings of unease, and some expeditions had to be cut short when team members fell mysteriously ill. To this day, no single explanation has been universally accepted. The Potomsky Crater stands as a silent enigma hidden in the vast Siberian taiga, a reminder that even in our modern world, there are places where nature and mystery collide in ways we still cannot explain. But while the Potomsky Crater rises from the earth like a riddle in stone, our next mystery takes us to the mountains of China, where strange pipe-like structures have been found embedded in solid rock. Could they be the remains of an ancient civilization, or something far stranger? This is the mystery of the Mount Baigong Pipes. In the desolate mountains of Qinghai Province, China, lies one of the strangest archaeological mysteries ever discovered, the Mount Baigong Pipes. At first glance, the site looks like an ordinary rocky landscape, but hidden among the barren cliffs are strange, rust-colored pipes that appear to be embedded directly into the mountain itself. These pipes vary in size. Some are as wide as a human arm, others no thicker than a finger. They stretch deep into the mountain, branching like an artificial network of plumbing. Even more baffling, some pipes extend all the way down into a nearby saltwater lake, as if once designed to carry liquid in and out. When Chinese scientists first investigated the site in the early 2000s, they were stunned. How could such structures exist in a remote, uninhabited region where no record of advanced construction ever existed? Tests on the material only deepened the mystery. The pipes were found to be composed of unusual alloys, 30% iron, along with traces of silicon and calcium. What shocked researchers most was that some samples contained elements that do not naturally occur in the area. Even more puzzling, certain portions of the pipes appeared to be crystallized, as if exposed to extremely high heat or radiation. According to some estimates, the pipes could be more than 150,000 years old, long before human civilization was capable of such engineering. These discoveries remind us that the world is still full of secrets. Some may have simple explanations, but others suggest that human history is far stranger than we've ever imagined. One thing is certain: the deeper we look, the more mysteries we uncover.